Germany, the land of beer, sausages, and tons of paperwork? When you think of Germany, what comes to mind? Maybe it's the iconic Oktoberfest, with its endless flow of beer and the delicious aroma of sausages grilling in the air. Or perhaps it's the image of a highly efficient, well-organized society where everything runs like clockwork. But there's another side to Germany that often goes unnoticed. It's a side filled with stacks of paperwork, bureaucratic hurdles, and a complex system that can be overwhelming even for the locals. A lot of people think of Germany as this perfect place, like something out of a storybook. The picturesque villages, the charming towns, and the fairy tale-like castles all contribute to this idyllic image. It's easy to see why so many people dream of living here. The rolling hills, the lush forests, and the serene rivers paint a picture of tranquility and peace. But is this the whole story? Is Germany really the paradise that it appears to be on the surface? But for many people living there, it's not quite as dreamy as it seems. The bustling city streets, the crowded public transport, and the fast-paced urban life can be quite stressful. The pressure to keep up with the high standards of efficiency and productivity can take a toll on one's mental health. The cost of living in major cities is skyrocketing, making it difficult for many to make ends meet. The reality of daily life in Germany can be far from the serene and peaceful image that is often portrayed. Get this. Even though Germany's economy is strong, almost 16% of people are at risk of being poor. This statistic is quite shocking considering Germany is one of the wealthiest countries in the world. The financial district may be booming, but not everyone is reaping the benefits. The gap between the rich and the poor is widening, and many people are struggling to keep their heads above water. The high cost of living, coupled with stagnant wages, is making it increasingly difficult for people to maintain a decent standard of living. That's a lot, right? It shows you that things aren't always what they seem. The contrast between wealth and poverty is stark. On one hand, you have the affluent neighborhoods with their luxurious homes and high-end shops. On the other hand, you have people living in financial distress, struggling to make ends meet. This disparity is a harsh reminder that even in a country as prosperous as Germany, not everyone is living the dream. From figuring out complicated rules to understanding German culture, living in Germany can be tricky, even for people who have lived there a long time. The bureaucratic system is notoriously complex, with a myriad of rules and regulations that can be difficult to navigate. For expats, the language barrier adds an extra layer of difficulty. Even simple tasks like registering your address or applying for a visa can become daunting challenges. And then there's the cultural aspect. Understanding and adapting to German customs and traditions can take time and effort. It's a learning curve that can be steep, but for those who persevere, the rewards can be great. Living in Germany can be a rich and fulfilling experience, but it's important to be aware of the challenges and be prepared to face them head-on. When you think of Germany, you probably picture amazing castles, super organized everything, and a sense of order that seems almost magical. The picturesque landscapes, the historical architecture, and the efficient public services all contribute to this image. Germany is often seen as a land where everything runs like clockwork, a place where the trains are always on time and the streets are impeccably clean, and a booming economy. It sounds like a place where everything just works perfectly. But that's not the whole story. Germany does have great infrastructure and helps people who need it, with a robust social welfare system that ensures a safety net for its citizens. The public transport is efficient, the healthcare system is accessible, and the education system is top-notch. These are the aspects that make Germany seem like a utopia to many. But it also has problems like making friends, dealing with bureaucracy, and navigating the complex social norms. The German bureaucracy is notoriously slow and cumbersome, often requiring mountains of paperwork and endless patience. For newcomers, integrating into German society can be challenging. Making friends isn't as easy as it might be in other cultures, and the social interactions can sometimes feel formal and distant. And high costs of living. Housing in major cities like Berlin, Munich, and Frankfurt can be prohibitively expensive, making it difficult for many to find affordable accommodation. The cost of living in general is high, with everyday expenses adding up quickly. It's important to know about these things if you really want to understand what it's like to live in Germany. While the country offers many advantages, it's not without its challenges. Understanding both the positives and the negatives will give you a more balanced view of what life in Germany is truly like. Even if you speak German, fitting into German society can be tough. Germans can be a bit reserved, and it can be hard to make friends. There are a lot of unspoken rules and cultural things you need to learn, and if you don't, you might feel left out. Also, even though there are lots of jobs in Germany, it can be hard to get one, especially if you don't have experience working there or know the right people. Germany's economy is definitely strong, not many people are unemployed, and most people live comfortably. But there's a catch. It's really expensive to live there, especially in big cities. Rent is super high. And then there's the paperwork. Germany is famous for its complicated bureaucracy. Getting a visa, doing your taxes, it's a mountain of paperwork. German culture is interesting but sometimes confusing. Germans are very direct, and being on time is really important. These cultural differences can cause misunderstandings. Even simple things like buying groceries or taking the bus can be surprisingly tricky. If you want to live in Germany, you need to learn how to handle these differences. To really understand what it's like to live in Germany, you need to hear from people who actually live there. Germany is a country of contrasts, where modernity meets tradition, and where diverse cultures blend seamlessly. The experiences of those who have made Germany their home are as varied as the landscapes of this beautiful country. From the bustling streets of Berlin to the serene parks in smaller towns, each story adds a unique thread to the rich tapestry of German life. Meet Sarah, an American who moved to Berlin for the art scene. Sarah's journey began with a dream to immerse herself in the vibrant and eclectic art community of Berlin. She was drawn to the city's reputation as a hub for creativity and innovation. However, the reality of relocating to a new country soon set in. The language barrier was her first major hurdle. Despite taking German classes, she found it challenging to communicate effectively in everyday situations. The process of finding an apartment was another daunting task. Berlin's housing market is notoriously competitive, and Sarah faced numerous rejections before finally securing a small studio in a lively neighborhood. She had a really hard time finding an apartment and making friends. The initial excitement of moving to a new city was quickly overshadowed by feelings of isolation. Making friends in a foreign country can be tough, and Sarah often found herself sitting alone in cafes, longing for meaningful connections. She joined various art groups and attended local events, but it took time to build genuine relationships. Her struggle was not just about finding a place to live, but also about finding her place in a new community. Then there's Ahmed, an engineer from Syria. Ahmed's story is one of resilience and determination. Fleeing the conflict in his home country, he arrived in Germany with hopes of building a new life. The transition was anything but easy. He faced numerous challenges, from navigating the asylum process to adapting to a new culture. However, Ahmed was determined to succeed. He enrolled in intensive German language courses and spent countless hours studying to improve his proficiency. His background in engineering gave him a solid foundation, but he knew that mastering the language was key to his success. He learned German and figured out the culture, and now he has a great job in Munich. Ahmed's hard work paid off when he landed a job at a reputable engineering firm in Munich. His colleagues were impressed by his skills and dedication, and he quickly became an integral part of the team. Ahmed's journey is a testament to the power of perseverance and the importance of embracing new opportunities. He not only built a successful career but also found a sense of belonging in his new home. Their stories and many others show you both the good and the bad sides of living in Germany. The experiences of Sarah and Ahmed highlight the duality of life in a foreign country. While there are undeniable challenges, there are also moments of triumph and joy. Germany offers a wealth of opportunities, but it also demands resilience and adaptability. The stories of those who have made Germany their home are a testament to the human spirit's capacity to overcome adversity and find happiness in unexpected places. Whether it's the thrill of achieving a long-held dream or the simple pleasure of making a new friend, these tales of triumph and struggle paint a vivid picture of life in Germany. Experts have different ideas about why it can be hard to fit into Germany. Sociologists say it's because Germans like things to be orderly and the same. Economists say it's because taxes are high and there are a lot of rules for businesses. Psychologists say it's important to understand and adapt to German culture. These experts help us understand why living in Germany is so complicated. Living in Germany isn't always easy. There's a lot of paperwork and the culture can be hard to understand. But there are good things too, like a strong economy, help for people who need it, and a really interesting culture. Germany is a great place to live, but you need to be flexible, tough, and ready for anything. Fitting into German society might seem impossible, but it's not. Learn the language, understand the culture, and make some friends. Think of the challenges as adventures. Living in Germany is all about learning, adapting, and finding your place in this interesting and complicated country.